Hey guys, welcome to a movie review edition of the Chuckload of Comics show. If you like this show, click the subscribe button. Join us here every week for all the fun. This week's movie review is the Elizabeth Banks directed film Charlie's Angels. Take a look.
I felt like it was a great time to reinvigorate Charlie's Angels.
This has always been about a sisterhood. I also think it's really fun to fight bad guys with your friends.
Director Elizabeth Banks takes the helm as the next generation of fearless Charlie's Angels take flight. In Banks' bold new vision, Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska are working for the mysterious Charles Townsend, whose security and investments agency has expanded internationally. With the world's smartest, bravest, and most highly trained women all over the globe, there are now teams of angels guided by multiple Bosleys taking on the toughest jobs everywhere. The screenplay is by Elizabeth Banks from a story by Evan Spilotopoulos and David Auburn. All right, so what really surprised me about Charlie's Angels is this is not a reboot. I thought for sure, based on what we saw in the trailers, this was going to be a straight reboot. It's actually a direct sequel. It's a direct sequel not only to the 1990s movie that a lot of people are familiar with, it's also a direct sequel to the 70s television show. Elizabeth Banks, you'll recall, built a franchise for women and girls in the movie Pitch Perfect, and she does it again with Charlie's Angels. There are direct references, video and photo references to the original Charlie's Angels, both the original from the TV show and the ones from the 1990s movie franchise. There are so few films with multiple female leads out there. Charlie's Angels was a way to tell a story involving more than just one female lead. Three great, powerful female leads that have control over their own lives and are a driving force behind the story. That's another thing that took me by surprise with this movie, guys. I thought, based on seeing the trailers, this was going to be the Kristen Stewart movie, and it is not. It is the most well-balanced ensemble cast I've ever seen. Nobody gets more screen time than any other character. If I did have to say one person steals the show, it would probably be Naomi Scott and Patrick Stewart. Of course, Elizabeth Banks, phenomenal as one of the Bosleys. It's important to note, there's not just one Bosley, there's not just one team of angels. There is an army of angels out there and a team. There's like 12, 13 Bosleys out there. Bosley is not a person's name. It is now a rank in the now internationally huge Charlie's Angels, Charles Townsend agency. Looking back, Charlie's Angels has become a generational thing. The first round, the original series, was reflective of an era of women's liberation. The second, the earlier films from the 90s, were a celebration of women working together. And this new version is building on both of those ideas. Women can do anything if only given the opportunity. It's a sisterhood, it's inclusive, and honestly, it's something we don't see a lot of in movies these days. In this movie, we see Elena. Naomi Scott is a brilliant scientist and engineer who has created Callisto, a sustainable energy source designed to revolutionize the way we power things. Sabina, character played by Kristen Stewart, is sort of the total wild card of the group. Kristen Stewart said in an interview, "I feel like if Sabina was a dog, she would be the mutt at the shelter that was definitely going to take a bullet for you." And I wanted to bring this levity to the character in the beginning of the movie. Sabina seems the most social, outgoing. She has all the friends in the world, but really she's just trying to find her team. She would do anything to have friends, and she just wants her family. Jane, played by Elizabeth Balinska, is an angel with the heart of a soldier, a former MI6 agent. Jane is everything Sabina is not. Straight-laced, determined, focused. She finds her strength in physical activity. She's very disciplined and never fails to get the job done. Jane, played by Elizabeth Balinska, absolutely crushes it. One of the most powerful characters I've seen in this style of movie in a long time. Definitely probably the greatest angel we've ever seen, in my opinion. I mean, she's just a total badass. MI6 agent. She's a James Bond in a skirt. The Bosleys. Like I said before, there's multiple Bosleys out there. The Bosleys in this film are played by Elizabeth Banks, Patrick Stewart, and Jaimin Hansu. Patrick Stewart crushes it. Jaimin Hansu was really good. We didn't get a whole lot of him, but when he was on the screen, he was really, really great. And Elizabeth Banks absolutely crushes it. Elizabeth Banks, you can really tell when a top-notch actor is sort of controlling the stage. I'm not going to say she doesn't act circles around anybody else, but she brings a certain level of really, really great acting talent to the screen every time she's in a scene. The movie has the same humor, the same heart of its predecessors, but with a more action-packed update for modern audiences. The action scenes are way more John Wick. They're way more Mission Impossible than they are kung fu fighting and ultra choreographed fight scenes. So it's they really upped the game in the action and in the fight scenes for a more modern audience. The look of the film, certainly very much updated. Like I said before, the fight scenes seem a lot less choreographed. The sets and the outfits that the Angels are wearing are very bright and colorful. Lots of sequins, lots of great party scenes like what you see in like a John Wick movie. Really, really bright, really colorful, a lot of fun. So what do I think of the movie, guys? I give it a solid chuckload of comics B. The script and the storyline is a tad formulaic at times. It's a little bit predictable, but they make up for that with just fun characters, some really, like I said, updated action sequences, bright and colorful. It is a lot of fun. Is this movie for everybody? Absolutely not. Will it live on as a classic film? I highly doubt it. But if you're looking for a fun popcorn flick to watch this weekend, and if you got kids, the movie is rated PG-13, but there's nothing in there that I would steer away from taking your kids to go see. So if you've got a daughter, mothers and daughters, take your son, whatever, I think they're really going to like it. I wouldn't expect a sequel. It could, I mean, like all movies, it ends with an open ending. You can always have a sequel. I wouldn't expect this to turn into a film franchise, but I guess it's going to depend on how it does this weekend at the box office. So, guys, the big question is, what do you think about the upcoming Charlie's Angels? Are you excited to see it? Have you seen it already? Leave us a comment in the comments section. So, thanks a lot for watching this review of Charlie's Angels. Click the subscribe button. Join the Chuckload of Comics family for the weekly nerd reviews all weekend long. And especially our very special show every single Sunday on the Chuckload of Comics channel. So thanks a lot for watching this, guys. We'll see you here next time.